Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. And it is gorgeous. It's sunrise here in SoCal. We're sandwiched between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach, and it couldn't be a more glorious, beautiful morning. It is flat calm in here in our local waters. You see all those birds gathered up offshore there. I've seen dolphin feeding in the surf. It's really a beautiful morning, and I hope it finds you well no matter where you are around this big world of ours. It has been fabulous, the fishing. It took a little bit of a downturn yesterday, but we'll talk about that. Our SoCal tuna bite remains very good. I just talked to a boat rolling up on the tuna zone. I'll have his weather observations for you because there's a gale warning in effect until 11 a.m., but you never know it here. That's for gusts up to 35 plus knots in some areas. When we have Santa Ana's offshore wind, many times around passes and canyons, it can get very treacherous. And in some areas, it can be very, very dangerous. So be careful out there on the water. But as we said, here it looks absolutely beautiful. And I'll have those tuna observations in a moment. I've already talked to a boat in Cabo San Lucas. Ensenada still going well. San Diego, very good. Good rock fishing up and down the coast. As we near Thanksgiving, it's a dream come true for anglers in Southern California. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Nothing like a strong cup of coffee early in the morning, and nothing like spending time with each and every one of you. I can't thank you enough for all you do for Friedman Adventures. We just broke through 4,250,000 views. Can't thank you enough. Over 300,000 hours of content consumed by you. That's a lot, man, and I can't thank you enough for tuning in. Hey, don't forget we have several live shows here, and of course we have our shorts. We would love it if you could give us a like right now. If you tick the bell, you'll be notified when there is new content. Also, share these videos and subscribe to the Friedman Adventures channel. You can also catch us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. We appreciate you following us on all those different social media venues also. Well, we got to get into it. I mean, there is so much going on. And I got to tell you, I'm so stoked about our Independence trip 2024 in November. It sold out yesterday, and so many great people are on that trip. Thank you so much. That is going to be a lot of fun. I know it's a year off, and we sold out in about a week, but man, I am telling you right now, that is going to be a trip to remember. All right, let me start you out south of the border. We'll start you out down there in Cabo San Lucas because I just talked to the one, the only, the crazy man, Captain Sean Morgan. Sean's down there on the Wild and Sack, a gorgeous yacht that you can charter out of San Jose del Cabo. And I said, how's fishing? He said, tons of striped marlin right now. There's some wahoo around, and there's some yellowfin tuna. He said, it's been great. The weather's been fabulous. Cabo San Lucas cranked up and biting, and San Jose del Cabo in that same general area has been really excellent fishing. Hopefully we'll get an update from Sean. It looks like he may be out fishing today, so we'll see if he gets out and finds anything. Long-range fishing can't get any better, as you can see there on the Independence as they got in with some more wahoo. The Independence has been doing great, as have all the boats, the Searcher, the Independence, the Red Rooster 3, the XL, the Intrepid, the Vagabond. Who am I leaving out? I know I'm leaving somebody out, and I'm going to get in trouble, but they've all been doing great because this is the time of the year on those 8 to 11 day trips when you see that variety of sport fishing opportunities. Wahoo. Man, the wahoo fishing's been great this year. You also see grouper, you see dorado, you see yellowfin tuna. That's just to name a few of the species you might encounter on a fall long-range trip out of San Diego. They have been spectacular this year, and I surmise that it's going to be the same next year. Can't wait, man. I'm already gearing up for our Independence trip. That is going to be a lot of fun. So great long-range fishing, great weather down there. It really has been spectacular. Sometimes guys will finish up a little bit early down below, and they'll run up to the tuna zone and give that a shot. So once again, that is also a viable opportunity and option available to everybody, especially with this bluefin tuna fishing having been so good. Ensenada is only 70 miles on the other side of the border. And man, I'll tell you, they've had great rock fishing. There you have it, blackfin sport fishing. Our good friend Victor and everybody down there, they work so hard to make things happen, and it has been spectacular. Bottom fishing. The offshore scene is pretty much over with, I would say. Maybe you have an opportunity at a kelp patty holding some yellows, possible dorado, but that water temp's come down significantly down there off Ensenada. Around the Punta Banda area, it's a gorgeous area to fish, and man, they come up with some outstanding, excellent calico bass fishing in that neck of the woods. Also, blackfin sport fishing. And there's several other operators out of there. Ensenada Fisherman, our friend Louis Prieto on It's for Reels, Sport Fishing, Arnie's Sport Fishing. I mean, there's a whole bunch of great operators. Mara's Sport Fishing, Ensenada, the people, the culture, the food. You got to love it. And incidentally, speaking of Ensenada, there are some pockets of poverty down there, quite a bit. So all of the goods that we have been collecting, which includes medical supplies and clothing and sporting goods, fishing equipment, all of that will be going to Ensenada sometime around Christmas. Thank you for all you do to make that happen. All right, let's talk our tuna zone. We got to get into that because the SoCal tuna zone took a dip yesterday. It was scratchy and picky fishing. I don't know if that's a sign of things to come. I sincerely doubt it. I know every good bite has its dips. Sometimes you get to this time of the year and people say, okay, I guess it's over. I don't believe that. I think it's going to rip right on through the new year. And I don't for any moment think we're not going to have a couple of dips, but I think it's temporary. So what is very important with a gale warning up, gale warning up. Remember, it's calm here, but it can get very breezy around passes and canyons. Chauncey Prial, he runs the El Patron out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. He just pulled him back and started sonaring around, seen a few fish, hasn't stopped on anything yet, but he said the weather's gorgeous here in the tuna area. So we'll be staying in touch with Chauncey and several other guys in that bluefin tuna zone. It had, previous to yesterday, been full speed wide open. A lot of 10 to 25 pound bluefin tuna, a significant amount of 30 to 50 pound bluefin tuna, a significant amount of 80 to 150 pound bluefin tuna. A lot of that big fish is taken at night by fishing the jigs. Once again, you want to fish heavy tackle, 100 to 130 pound spectra with a 2-speed reel and a 300 to 500 gram jig has been super effective at night, although it was a little bit dicey for many boats last night. Hopefully it'll get back on the chew and start to nibble here as we bump up to Thanksgiving. During the daytime, you know, that grade of fish sometimes is not giant, so dropping down to 20 to 25 pound fluorocarbon is a super smart way to get a bite. Unless those little devils are nibbling on the heavy. You want to throw at them the heaviest line you can get away with. And you ascertain what pound fluoro to use by observing and seeing what everybody else is doing around you. It's such a great way to get really up to snuff on what's going on. Just open your eyes and observe, or talk to a crew member. That'll make all the difference in the world. Sometimes you'll have to drop your hook size down to a number 4 circle hook. Sometimes you'll go up to a 1/0 hook. LA Orange County base landing sometimes provide live squid for you. You can use a bigger hook and some heavier line in most cases when you fish the live squid. Some of the San Diego bait situation remains smaller sardine. That's when you're dropping down. But you don't want to get into a situation where you hang a 100-pound BFT on 20 pound, because if you do, odds are that you are going to get worked. You're going to lose that fish. They have teeth. They can chew through the line. The longer you're on them, the more they can go wrong. So fish as heavy as you can. And as always, Dan Smith, I know what you're thinking. Choose a good hot bait and change that bait regularly. Makes all the difference in the world. So hopefully that bite is going to rebound here today. Now, bumping up on Thanksgiving, not sure how many boats are going to be out tomorrow. We'll be watching that closely, but we'll have a lot of info for you. We'll be here Thanksgiving morning. And don't forget, we have the debut of our new video, 5 days on the Independence. Man, we spent 5 days on there, Friedman Adventures, with a great group of anglers. We had so much fun. The camaraderie was great because the people on board were so fantastic. And that includes the great crew of the Independence. Man, we had so much fun with all those guys and the food and everything else. But we had some great yellowfin tuna fishing, some great bluefin tuna fishing with limits, and some frenzied wide open Dorado fishing. You'll see it all Thanksgiving morning, 7 a.m. That film will debut here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. What a great way to get Thanksgiving going. Early in the morning, kick back, watch the show, get the morning briefing, and then you can start cooking your turkey up and having fun with that. So once again, we are seeing some really great stuff going on. Some scores before yesterday. Cortez returned from a 3.5-day trip, only had 5 guys, and they limited out on rock cod and bluefin tuna. Pacific Queen, 22 guys on a 3-day limits of bluefin tuna. The tribute yesterday, picking at some fish. Some of the guys from the 805 Club were on board there and graced the cover of the morning briefing this morning, picking away at the stuff. New low-end 2-day limits of bluefin tuna, and they had all kinds of 100-plus pound fish. Some of those boats down there in San Diego target that big fish, and they crank big numbers on a regular basis. New low end is one. Pacific Queen is another one. And if you have a charter and you want to suggest to your guy, the captain of the boat, that you want to fish big game stuff only, they will do their best to make it happen. Legend, nice group shot from the Legend. I believe the Legend is hanging it up for the season, as are many of the guys are going to do some boat work and get ready for 2024, but they had a spectacular season. I enjoyed covering the Legend and Steve Taft. I hear nothing but great stuff about that rig and their crew, so that is really fantastic. Man, is it beautiful or what? You can't help but look at that and be feeling very, very blessed. This is a perfect morning for surf fishing. God, I should run and go get that chrome crocodile. I guarantee that there's some yellowfin croaker sitting there waiting to bite on that thing. Man, that would be great. All right, islands, once again, we've seen some significant halibut action at Clemente, and that was the Pride a couple of days ago. They limited out on bluefin. They went to Clemente, and then they caught 26 flatfish and limits of cod. So there's great cod fishing at the islands right now, and there has been occasional halibut, occasional white sea bass. It all bodes well for the coming season, I'll tell you that right now. And a lot of market squid all over Southern California right now, in the Santa Monica Bay, here off Huntington, off Seal Beach. You can see Catalina Island silhouetted in the background back there. Gorgeous this morning. Makes me feel like I'm in Laredo looking out at Isla Carmen right now. It's beautiful. And once again, that market squid is a magnet that attracts predators. Bluefin will hang out and feed on it. And of course, sea bass and halibut for the coming year, it could get really, really good. So we'll be keeping our eyes on it. At Catalina Island, the pursuit yesterday with a bunch of perch, some whitefish, sheepshead, calico bass, sculpin, and sargo. No big numbers, but picking away and having a lovely day, no question about it. Channel Islands, very breezy, but when it's not breezy, it's full speed. Rockfish up there. Ventura Harbor Sportfishing has the half-day boat, California, and also the Island Spirit, their 3/4-day boat. They've got some great fishing opportunities after Thanksgiving for you. It should be great. And also, don't forget the Endeavor, very hard boat to get on because Tucker McCombs does such a great job. They have a December 30th trip. Get that last shot in on the rockfish. They may be sold out on that, but you can check with Saul there at the landing. Give them a call at 805-676-3474. Up there in Morro Bay, we continue to see excellent rock fishing up there in that neck of the woods also. Some of the other boats that have had some really good local fishing up and down the coast, we're talking a few bass here and there, not all the time, but Dennis Yamamoto yesterday on board the Victory not only had a big old plate of carnitas, but he caught some nice bass fishing the local waters. We've been seeing that up there out of Marina del Rey. Redondo's had some really good calico bass fishing, grumpies at night, big old sand bass at night up there out of Marina del Rey and surrounding areas. We have seen some decent late fall and hopefully wintertime bass fishing going on. It's been pretty good. Monte Carlo with whitefish and sheepshead, daily double down there out of San Diego with mixed bag stuff. Premier, Patriot, also having some good fishing. Premier's out of San Diego, Patriot out of Newport Beach. There's been some good local cod fishing as well as some decent bass fishing at times. Wintertime bass fishing is not characterized by wide open fishing in most cases, but it's characterized by picking a few fish and sometimes some really big, grumpy sand bass, especially on the leadhead and squid. Remember, when you're fishing twilight fishing in the fall, you're most of the time going to be on structure, and that means you want to fish as heavy as you can get away with. Sometimes that'll be 40-pound. I like fishing 40. If you can get a bite on it, that is definitely what you want to do. Fish as heavy as you possibly can, and that'll make all the difference in the world to your success. In the surf, and man, as I say, it is perfect. Good morning, my friend. In the surf, it is really a gorgeous morning to be fishing this. And I'll tell you right now, you can catch some barred perch, some corbina. There's also chances for yellowfin croaker, spotfin croaker. It has been really, really good. Abel Canizales was out with his son, and his son kicked his butt again. There's a nice halibut that he had there. Alan Dickinson with a halibut also. So there's a few flatties still around. We saw that score by the Pride. I'm telling you, this year, early in the year, was one of the most magnificent halibut years I've seen in a long time in SoCal, if not the very, very best that I've seen. And I think you're looking down the barrel with the evidence here in the late fall of halibut still hanging around that squid. You think you're looking down the barrel of that huge year next year again in the spring. It should get rolling early on that, like February, March maybe. I think you're going to start seeing some really good fishing on that. Once again, the surf fishing bite has been excellent. The local 1/2 and 3/4 day guys with rockfish. Don't forget, Black Friday. It's already started at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, right there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. Check it out, and you can get all the baits you'll need, whether it's ghost shrimp or mussels or worms. Man, I'll tell you, you will find it there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Like Larry said on the Three Stooges one time, Mo said, "Hey, I hear you're going fishing." And Larry said, "Yeah, you got any worms?" And Mo said, "Yeah, but I'm going anyway." Yes, so you can get all your worms down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach. Say hi to Rada and cash in. They've got discounts up to 30% on all kinds of stuff, from rods to jigs to so much more. Black Friday sale, Big Fish Bait and Tackle in Seal Beach, California. All right, hey, December the 2nd is a day you're not going to want to miss. It's our Christmas party. It's at the Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. It's going to be great. Bring the kids by to see Santa or to make their Christmas ornament. Adults, you can have some great fun as we're going to have a great meal for you all. It's going to be delicious Mexican-style meal. There is a salsa competition. Make your very best salsa. Bring it to the event. We'll have tasters, probably the audience, tasting away and voting on the best salsa, and you can win a really great prize. There'll be raffles. There'll be great people. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you're a Patreon member, you're free. Bring a guest. If not, $15 for adults. Eat all you want. Kids are only $5. Come to the event December the 2nd. Just send me a text and reserve your spot, as it is getting very, very full. It is going to be a lot of fun. December the 2nd in Redondo Beach. I'll send you all the details when you send me that text. All right, hey, I can't thank you enough for spending time with me here this morning. So beautiful. I can't help but, I know I'm supposed to be looking at you and talking to you, but I can't help but looking at that. Man, it's gorgeous. People are out for a walk. Some people should be fishing right now, but man, it is absolutely gorgeous here this morning in Southern California. I send you all my very, very best. I'll keep you up to date. We'll be watching the El Patron and several other boats to see what they're doing on our tuna zone. And of course, I'll be back with morning briefings tomorrow and Thanksgiving morning. And our show will debut 5 days on the Independence. You'll be able to kick back on Thanksgiving morning. Start your morning off with some wide open yellowfin dorado and bluefin tuna. A lot of fun that trip was. You'll be able to enjoy it vicariously on Thanksgiving morning at 7 a.m. Thanks, everybody. Hope you are having a great day. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.